Hello, in today's video, I'm sharing the worst makeup products I tried in 2024. My goal with this channel from the start has always been to help you make better buying decisions in any way I can, whether it's sharing staple beauty favorites I use regularly or new beauty products that work out for me, or sharing product fails that I would never recommend to you. You may not always agree with me, but I always share the bad with the good so you can decide whether or not that product may or may not work out for you. I tried a lot of beauty products in 2024, and when I looked back at all the product failures that I had, and there were a lot, these are the ones that stood out to me the most. And as much as I love doing my end of the year best of 2024 videos, I really like doing this one too because it might help save you some money if you've been considering any of these products. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I think this is my third best of worst of 2024 end of the year video. I have several more coming, so stay tuned for those. This is going to be a fun one, so let's get into it. You may love some of the products I'm about to roast here, so please don't be offended by anything I say in this video. We are all very different. Just because these didn't work out for me doesn't mean they won't work out for you. I would love to hear your comments about any of these products. If they worked out for you, if they didn't, leave that in the comments down below and let me know any product or products that really stood out as a complete failure for you over this past year. It helps others, including myself, know what we might want to avoid. I'm starting off with two Physicians Formula products. This is no reflection on the brand. I have some really great products from Physicians Formula. The first was kind of a surprise for me because the concealer was quite a success, but the Butter Glow Peach Corrector was not. I'll have a picture here on screen because I got rid of it pretty quickly since it didn't work out for me. I'll probably have to insert photos for most of the products I'm talking about. There's no sense in keeping products around that don't work for you, right? So unlike the concealer that I loved, it was very creamy and concealed quite nicely, I found that this sort of blended away to nothing and basically just didn't do anything for the discoloration under my eyes. And it was also more of a deep yellow toned corrector than it was peach, which is what it was named. It was just a big disappointment for me, especially when I was expecting it to be more along the lines of its matching concealer. And I'm very, very picky about what I put under my eyes because I do have a lot of dryness and texture and discoloration, and this addressed none of that. Next, from Physicians Formula is the Mineral Wear Diamond Perfector BB Cream. Do you remember the trying new makeup or trying new drugstore makeup video where I tried this? It was a patchy, luminous disaster that just sat on top of my skin. I could just lightly swipe my finger over it and it would come right off. It didn't blend out properly. It just looked terrible. I kept trying it after that in different ways, using different methods with and without primer, as I do for foundation review, and I just could not get it to work. It always just sat on top of my skin, exaggerating pores and texture because of the luminosity, like an extra layer on top of my skin. It was really, really strange. I did feel a little bit validated though because I had several comments. I can't remember if it was in that initial video where I tried it or in the foundation review that said they experienced the same thing, and I've seen the same types of experiences in their product reviews. I don't know what it is with this product, but I would never recommend it. I've raved about so many Charlotte Tilbury products throughout the years, but this is not one of them. I remember leading off one of my foundation roundups with this review because everybody was talking about it, so excited that Charlotte Tilbury had released a foundation stick. The official name of this is the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation Stick. But after testing it out, I could not get over the fact that this was being marketed as a foundation. The reason why I still have this is because to me and many, many other people, this is basically Hollywood Flawless Filter in stick form. It's not a foundation coverage product, but this emphasizes my pores a little bit more than Hollywood Flawless Filter. But in a pinch, if I want something quick to highlight strategically, I can use this. So I did keep it. I mean, it's not a bad natural skin luminizer in stick form. I'm in shade 4 Fair, in case you're curious. I don't know anyone that wants their face to be this glowy and this luminous on a regular basis. If you have mature skin, pores, or texture at all this is going to do is reflect that and exaggerate everything you don't want exaggerated. In my humble opinion, this should be marketed as a luminizer highlighter stick, and Charlotte should release an actual stick foundation because I'm sure it would be beautiful. Her complexion products are really great usually, just not this one. Not for that purpose anyway. And it also just wipes right away too. Let's talk about CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence Foundation. Now, when this launched, it was clearly supposed to be a less expensive alternative to the luxury and high-end skin tints or foundations that have those beads that burst and give you the pigment and give you a really plump, hydrated look because they're very water-based. Now, I have the high-end version, so I was really excited to try the CoverGirl Essence and to be able to tell you, yes, there is a less expensive alternative, but that did not happen. First, the price was a bit on the high side for CoverGirl. I want to say it was $22. It may still be, but I have seen it on sale here and there. And unlike the higher end and luxury similar products, every time I tried to blend this out with a brush, it applied streaky and kicked up texture and dryness, which isn't even my primary skin type. I only get dryness occasionally around the perimeter of my face, and the center of my face is shine prone. So I found that really odd, but the streaks had to be further blended out with a sponge, and that's something I don't have to do with the other products. And it just didn't give my skin the same plump, hydrated, healthy look that I get from the others, and I got shiny much faster in my shine prone areas. That just doesn't happen with the others either. So it was just a big disappointment for me all around. I do know there are quite a few people that really enjoy this foundation though, but unfortunately I was not one of them. My new favorite brow product is from Benefit, and unfortunately this fail is also from Benefit. Now, I just shared that brow product in, I think it was my last video, my most used Sephora products from 2024. That's another yearly video I do. I'll have it linked up in the corner and down below in my description box if you haven't seen it, so you can check it out after this video. I'm also gonna link the products I'm sharing, even though they were fails for me. Sometimes the reason they're fails for me might be the reason they'll work for you, and I'll share what I'm wearing as I always do too. So this is the newish Porefessional Matte Blurring Loose Setting Powder, and for a product with the word blur in the name, this exaggerated my pores like no powder has done that I can recall. I set my face with this several times trying to make it work, and every time my pores just looked exaggerated and larger than they are. It's also not a brightening powder. Not that I need that to set my face every time, but I was kind of surprised to see that, since it seems like every translucent setting powder we see lately is somewhat brightening. This is definitely not that. So you may be wondering why I still have it in my life. I missed my return window. I just kind of forgot about it. I have been able to use it as a blotting powder, so it's just kind of been living here, and I reach for it sometimes when the lights start reflecting too much shine on my face, which happens. So as long as my face is already set, I can blot lightly with it and it works okay. It's not my favorite for that, but it works in a pinch. I'm just trying to use it up basically. Because of the name and the claims, I was really excited to try this and really let down. I was so excited to try Maybelline Sun Kisser blushes. I bought two shades. One was sort of mid-toned and the other a bit deeper. I tried them several times using different methods, and every time I applied them, they sort of blended away to nothing and left this metallic hint of a tint with glimmer behind. And I remember at that point, after attempting several times, I started thinking maybe some of these are meant to be blush toppers or highlighters, and I accidentally bought those. So I looked them up and nope, the shades I bought, well actually all of them are in fact blushes. I was so disappointed because it seems like some people really love these. I'm just not one of them, but I really felt misled, especially based on what the two shades I bought look like in the photos. That is definitely not what I got, no matter what I did. There are so many great liquid and cream and stick blushes on the market now. There's just no need to mess around with blushes that don't give you the result you want, and I did not get the result I wanted with these. I hate it when my lips feel dry, and at the beginning of the year, Anastasia Beverly Hills released her lip velvet. I was really excited because I thought this is going to be it. This is going to be that velvety matte lip product that is actually comfortable, that actually gives me some kind of hydration. Clearly it didn't, because it's in this video. It had sort of a cushiony, moussey texture and was very matte, but it was not flattering. It did nothing at all to smooth lip lines, and the longer I wore it, the more unflattering it became. And my lips started to feel drier and drier, so I ended up having to put a lip oil or a lip gloss on top of it just just to help my lips feel comfortable. This was not the lip product, the velvety matte lip product that I had hoped for and what it claimed to be based on the description, unfortunately, at least not for me. So if you are someone who hates for your lips to feel dry and you're hoping that this will be that product, based on my experience, it's not. Physicians Formula and I are apparently not having a great year. I swear I do have some fantastic Physicians Formula products in my life, but they are now taking up 1/5 of this video's real estate. I mean, I have to keep it real with you. This was a standout fail for me, along with the other two that I talked about in the beginning. The eye lifter. This was a dual-ended 2-in-1 eyeshadow stick. So it had a contour cream eyeshadow stick on one end for dimension, and then a liquid highlighter wand end for brightening with no shimmer on the other. And it had some nice ingredients. I was very hopeful because I love a good eyeshadow stick. I have a small face, so I have small eyes. The two go hand in hand. And that stick was so big and wide, it was very difficult to have any precision. So it was difficult not to overload product, and it just kind of blended out everywhere. And it just kind of ended up being a big blurry mess. It also creased really, really badly and didn't wear well throughout the day at all. It wore away unevenly when it did wear away, with or without primer. It didn't matter. This product was just a big dud. I have another double-ended eyeshadow stick failure that was launched in 2024 from About Face. This is the Smoke Stick. Like I said, I love a great eyeshadow stick, and give me double-ended, multi-purpose. I'm all about it. Now, the good part is that it is budge-proof. Once it's set down, even without primer, it's not going anywhere. The stick side is very pigmented, but as far as I can tell, it can't be sharpened. So once that tip is rounded after using it a little bit, if you're someone like me who likes to line with your eyeshadow sticks sometimes, you're gonna need to dip an eyeliner brush into it and line that way, which I do pretty often, but I know not everybody does that. I found the sponge end to apply kind of patchy most times, and overall, this sets so quickly. You have to work super fast, faster than pretty much any eyeshadow stick I can recall using. If I tried to smudge the edges out or layer it, it would sort of ball up and rub itself away. It just wasn't easy to work with. I mean, if you could get it to look great, it would be budge free, but it was way too hit or miss for me. There are too many great eyeshadow sticks out there to have to deal with that. Clinique launched a really great double-ended eyeshadow stick in 2024. If you're looking for something like that, I really enjoy it. It just didn't quite make it into my best of 2024 videos, but it is a really great product to give you an option after these two failures. I've been a big fan of a lot of Laura Mercier's products for a long time, years and years, way before I was on YouTube, but as with any brand, she's gonna have some duds. She launched several new products and reformulations this year, including the new Caviar Smoothing Matte Lipstick. Now, these launched around the same time as NARS new lipstick formula, which I really love, and the new Essence Slim Stick, which are in my best drugstore makeup products of 2024. I'll have that video up above and down below in my description box for you if you want to check it out. So this, yep, there it is. There's that fragrance. It's got this kind of floral plasticky scent. It's pretty overpowering. I'm going to go ahead and close this. And they're designed to be hydrating, smoothing, blurring, and long wearing. And they did glide on my lips very nicely and smoothly and had nice opacity and felt very comfortable initially. But after a short bit, they started feeling like the typical matte lipstick, which I can't stand. My lips started to feel dry and the texture and lines on my lips started to become emphasized. So these were not what I was hoping for. I really enjoyed most of her lip products, lipstick formulas over the years, but this was a big fail for me. From the beginning, I was a big fan of Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip and then the Lip Plump and several other iterations that have followed, but two that launched in 2024, I just am not a fan of and sort of feel like maybe we're adding to the line just to do it. I mean, it's got to stop at some point, right? So we have the Maracuja Juicy Plumping Lip Oil and the Maracuja Juicy Lip Vinyl, which I don't even have anymore. It was smushier and goopier, tackier than the others, which are already soft, but in a good way. If you like really sticky lip formulas, you might really enjoy the Lip Vinyl formula. I just personally didn't enjoy it. And if you have the other formulas, I just don't think it's necessary. Tilbury. Now, there are shimmers and non-shimmers available with this lip oil. I picked up one of each, and I found both wore away pretty quickly for me, which can happen with a lip oil in general, but I have other lip oils in my life that don't wear away this quickly, so that was a bit disappointing. And with the shimmer in particular, it left little micro shimmers on my lips even after it had worn away and my lips were dry. I just don't like that. And I don't mind if when a lip oil or lip balm wears away, if my lips feel nice and hydrated and conditioned after, which is kind of the purpose of these products. But after they wear away, my lips just feel regular, dry, like they didn't have anything on them before. They don't feel hydrated, nourished, and conditioned. Also, the lid gets really messy and goopy because of this round, bulbous sponge tip. I love Tarte as a brand. I just think maybe it's time to stop this expansion. Maybe we've gotten the best out of the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip line. I don't know. Am I alone in that? What are your thoughts? I love a good lip stain. I don't share them nearly enough. I have very specific videos where I've shared lip stains, and I have 2 or 3 brands that are my go-tos in my daily life when I wear them. If you're interested in those, I'll link them down below. Clearly, this is not one of those, and we do have Covergirl again. This is the Outlast lip stain. Now, I think this was supposed to be like a product they had a long time ago. It has a marker tip to give you some precision, which is a really good thing. You can line with them very easily. And it does leave a stain that's budge proof. It's not going anywhere. But for me, the pigmentation was always uneven with these. And these were sent to me, so I tried several shades. My lips weren't dry, but I always felt like they looked dry because there were certain areas that would end up extremely tinted and other areas that would pick up hardly any pigmentation at all. And on the rare occasion when I did get one to apply evenly, although it did take a while to wear away, when it did, it was sort of patchy and uneven. I just don't have those issues with any of the lip stains that I love. They apply evenly and wear away evenly, and that's really all I ask for from a lip stain. This Revlon Jelly Blender went viral for a hot minute, and I had to buy it to see if it was worth the hype, and I personally found it was not. I tried it for under eye concealer, and it just smeared everything around. It took forever and never fully blended out the concealer. Anyway, I ended up having to use my fingers or a sponge, I can't remember. But people everywhere were swearing this was the best tool ever, and I still don't get the hype. Now, I have seen similar tools on Yes Style, an Asian beauty retailer, not double-ended, but a similar size to the small end, that are used for lip products to give that blurred lip look. So maybe for that, but for what everybody else was using it for, I didn't get it. It was a big waste of money. Now, I did hear that some people really liked it for blending out cream and liquid blushes, but still, we have tools for that already. Do we really need to spend money on this? I mean, we have our fingers, we have sponges, we have brushes. I just don't think it's necessary. That's just my take. I have another Revlon product. This is a brand I normally have good experiences with, but they sent me this lash curler and some other products, and I was excited to use it because I curl my lashes every day, but this not only barely crimped my lashes, it was also borderline painful. I felt like my lashes were about to be ripped out from the root. I've never had another lash curler do that to me. It was something about the angle of the curl and the way it pulled up. Nope, not for me. No, thank you. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see some products that actually worked out for me in 2024, be sure to check out this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not already and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.